Growing up, ANZAC Day was a day when I don't think a lot of them wanted to remember or participate, Watchem is a small town between Donald and Birchip on the Sunraysia Highway, small country town, mostly farming. My dad was born there, my mum was born at Birchip. Mum and he got married 1947, I think it was. Married when Dad returned from the war. When he came home from the war, he planted the avenue of honour trees on the roads into Birchip, Watchem and Donald. But other than that, no, Dad didn't seem to get involved like others did. When you hear of stories of blokes signing up at 18, 19 and 20, yeah, well, Dad was 27, I think. We know he went to Borneo. I think it was 3 years, I think he might have been there. A lot of the time we asked questions that related to black and white photos which we found. Talking about it, very seldom spoke about it. It just wasn't talked about, it was simple as that. Being in the tropics like I have and in New Guinea, I have a pretty raw picture of what it must have been like and just how they survived, how they trekked through the mountains and how the mountains change and storms and what the guys went through. And whatever I read any books of people that have researched it and done it, I can always picture Dad there, probably in similar circumstances. They learnt to rough it, they learnt to camp and survive in the bush. Dad never went to reunions, he never approached anyone for any sort of veteran affairs, assistance, loans, nothing like that. He just accepted, went and did his job, came home and got on with life. ANZAC Day was a day when I don't think a lot of them wanted to remember or participate. They lost mates that they went to battle with and did things together. We got no idea what they went through and what they suffered and how they suffered. So on one occasion he did, only because some of his mates returned to watch him for that particular day. And I recall they celebrated afterwards at the bowling club facilities and came home quite drunk with his mates, and Mum Julie headed us kids outside and put them to bed, all his mates, and that probably was the only time I remember Dad marching. The Watchem Hall where we were for ANZAC Day, that's where I met Mum, over a slice of pavlova, so she tells me. I think it's true. My sister made it, Marie, so it must have been all right. 6 of the Curtis children assembled there in memory of Dad. It was lovely to roll up and see a lot of other family members there from the past. Top of the rifle, the soldier on the memorial, was still broken after about 45 years, and there was something planted between the top of the rifle and the soldier's head, and they threw to get it down and broke the top of the rifle, and to this day it hasn't been replaced. They unveiled the ANZAC sign, which I thought was something quite special, and I think the thing that really impressed me the most was playing of the New Zealand anthem as well as the Australian, because that's what ANZAC represents, Australia and New Zealand. So to me that was quite special. I think it's important for every municipality that a little town, that they have some sort of a memorial and get together and celebrate ANZAC Day, because there's definitely someone from every area that went to war. Because people, as we grew up in that, people never talked about it. It was just taboo, whereas now there is a lot more research gone into it, whether it be in the media or on the internet. There's a lot more being found, being exposed. People are studying it and learning more about it and doing the history, and probably makes people think towards what did take place.